Greetings and welcome to my illustrious paint booth. I have actually never shown you this before, even though I have already done a video on this that just has not come out yet. And that's part of the old Panzer build. But anyways, that'll come out later, and then we'll get the full tour, so to speak, of this beautiful, beautiful paint booth. But right now, this here video is supposed to be part 2 of the T-50 Sukhoi FA stealth fighter thingy prototype, almost in use, dude. And here she is, all ready for her first coat of primer. Since the last video, I added the canopy. I added this radar thing here, or whatever this is. Did a little putty, extremely little putty for that matter, just a little bit around the nose cone here, and on the bottom around the intakes on the inside there. I already shown you all these places, and yeah, the wingtips as well. But yeah, anyways, it's time to primer this sucker up. Let's start the painting process. And as usual, I'm using Vallejo products. Gonna go ahead with the black primer to give it like a pre-shading effect, and then I'll go over with I think light gray rather than some white, because the white Vallejo paints usually clog up my airbrush, and I don't like that. Okay, so it's experimentation time, I guess. As you can see, the jet's all primed and whatnot. And I got the thruster cans right here. And I've been looking at some pictures on the internet on how to paint the engines. The engines extend all the way up to here on the plane. And they seem to me they're like a brownish, yellow brownish color, burnt steel, whatever. And I have no idea how I should replicate that, but I'm going to experiment a little bit, and I'm gonna paint with the Vallejo rust. Paint the stuff with Vallejo rust, and once that is dry, I will bring my my trusty pencil, graphite pencil, pencil, however you pronounce it in English. And I'm just gonna lightly run it over the panel lines, and then I'm gonna take a cotton bud or a Q-tip and smudge it out a little bit and get that metallic look all over the place. I did try it once on my Aquaplane Phantom, F4 Phantom, and did the thruster cans like that, and it came out pretty good, although the yellowish hue is pretty what do you call it, subtle, but it's there and you can see it in bright light, and it looks pretty good to me, so I thought I'd give it a try on this as well. Tried a little more subtle graphite effect though, but we'll see how it comes out. In worst case scenario, I'll just strip the paint back and try again. So yeah, Just gotta shake this up and get to the air. Right, what I did there was I masked off the first color that I put on here. The lightest of the grays is not quite white, it has a little bit of gray in it. And I was gonna try something different, like doing it that way and then ripping all the masking off and do the same for the next color and then just mask in between or something. But I kind of forgot that, and for some reason I just masked off the white, the light gray. And yeah, so I'm just changing it up again, and now I'm gonna do it the way I'm used to do it, and I'm gonna take the pale blue gray, which is technically the next color to paint this in, and I'm going to like somewhat pre-shade the whole thing with that color and then paint in the areas that are supposed to be painted with it, and then just gonna mask off the pale blue areas and paint the final color on top of that pre-shading that I did with this. So yeah, that's the plan at least. So yeah, we're well quite a bit ahead of where I was the last time I turned on the camera and actually spoke to it, as you can probably tell. But yeah, got all the painting finished, and or most of the painting finished, at least on the main jet body thingamajiggy, and the engines are like halfway done, perhaps. So got to do some more pencil lead or graphite on there. I think I was using a bit too hard of a pencil at first in the used one of those automatic pencils, one of these things, and the lead in that is kind of too hard to actually get it to smudge and blend. But luckily, I also have the old school wooden pencil HB kind lead kind graphite. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. I haven't had much time to actually turn on the camera and talk. Been working a lot on this with the kids, watching cartoons, and a lot of noise going on around me and that kind of stuff. So I hope you can bear with me here. But yeah, also have it all gloss coated up, and as you can see, I've started doing the decals. I've done the rudders. That's right. And yeah, the engines are pretty much, the nozzles, the cans are pretty much halfway done as well. Next step is actually putting on the first coat of pencil lead on there, and I need to put some weathering on the inside, more of the black stuff like I did on the inside here. But anyways, yeah, just wanted to make a quick little sit rep and show you guys this plane a little better than you've seen it before, I guess. It was really hard, not that really hard, but yeah, it's kind of a tricky camo pattern to paint. And I was trying to do like the marbling effect, and it was a hit and miss for me, but it does have a pretty nice effect on the paint, like patchy and stuff. Because I don't want this, even though this is a prototype jet that I'm building, I kind of want it to look a little bit weathered and used and such. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do the decals, as many as I can put on there tonight. Yeah, so got all the stinking dirty decals on last night, and today I'm just finishing up the final assemblies, I guess, putting on the gear bay doors. Pretty much only have this one left, and then I gotta put on the horizontal stabilizers. I mean the vertical stabilizers, which are right here. But yeah, there were so many decals on there, and these are the biggest ones. They're barely the size of my fingernail. The rest are all these tiny little decals, which I guess in Russian say no step or something like that. But yeah, look at that. She's looking pretty snazzy right now. I'm actually pretty happy with how the engines are turning out. Don't really think I need to do anything more to those. These look pretty much like what I wanted them to look like. But yeah, also did break off the tube here, pitot tube or whatever you call this, the needle in the front. Just I mean, this kit is like made from soft plastic, and it has some give to it, and this thing, the needle here, has been like, I've been hitting it with my fingers and stuff, and hitting it on my lamp on the table and what have you, and it just bounced back, and nothing ever went wrong with it. But then, like, the day before yesterday, I was just picking it up, and I did like this, and accidentally like hooked it onto my finger like this, and it just exploded off into oblivion. So I'm gonna have to scratch build a new one. Just gonna stretch some sprue and glue it on there, I guess. But I'm gonna keep that till the very last, and then we're gonna paint that thing with Vallejo steel, because I like the shine that it has on those such just such an occasion. So yeah, anyways, next time I'll turn on the camera, which will be a few seconds for you, but probably not until tomorrow or the day after for me. This sucker's gonna be all finished up. The slideshow will be ready for you guys. And voila, there she is, all finished up and looking somewhat smart, at least to me. But yeah, weird video, I know, but here she is all done up. And all the decals added, every single one of these tiny little decals added, and on the bottom as well, a ton of little decals, the yellow ones, and the what I'm imagining is no step and warning signs, and for some reason they has a little radioactive symbol on there and on this side as well. I haven't done enough research on the plane to actually know why that is. Could be some kind of, oh look at this, this is a cool marking kind of thing. And now she's lost focus. Focus, god damn it. Come on. Alright, then I'll just lift it up and show it to you right here. Yeah, so one of the most complicated masking jobs that I've ever done, masking this thing off. And I'm pretty satisfied with the results though. It's kind of cool looking. And the engines didn't turn out that bad as well. I went ahead and did some more pencil shavings on there, on the graphite thing. And I did attempt to do a panel line wash on it, but the panel lines are so tiny, I would have to rescribe all of them to actually get something to stick in there, so I just skipped it. So it's supposed to be a prototype plane anyways. Oh, I'm pushing my creative boundaries here with modulation on the paint, or the pre-shades or whatever. But overall, it's a decent kit. It had no major fit issues except for perhaps the air intakes. But then again, there usually is some issue with those on jets, I think. And yeah, the texture on the fuselage, main fuselage, is why do they have textured plastic? I don't know. The jet in pictures looks pretty smooth, the real jet that is, so I don't know why the main fuselage bits are textured like that. And the way I did it, I didn't do anything to try and hide that texture, so it's quite visible on the finished thing. But it looks okay to me, I guess. What else? Yeah, the plastic it's made of is kind of soft, so it was kind of weird to work with it. But the built-up kit feels sturdy enough. And yeah, it's an ugly jet. I don't like this jet, apart from the camo scheme. I mean, this plane has no sexy lines whatsoever, at least to my eyes. But the kit is nice, and the decals were superb. I'm guessing these are cartograph decals. And yeah, but I don't know what else to say. I'm just rambling about the kit. I guess I'll show you these these few awful photos that I've gotten off it as the usual slideshow. And we're calling this one done. Moving on to the next one. Or I should actually be finishing. Perhaps I should be picking up something and finishing what I've already started. I know I got some hang and build series out there still. But anyways, Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep on modeling, keep having fun. Bye.